All right, before we get started today, I want to send a special shout out to this brother named Lennon Honor here on YouTube, who has put together quite the collection of Dr. Umar videos. And I think before we get started, that it's only right to start this thing off with a very, 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 very special performance.
All right, Cookie Crush Chat. Thank you guys so much for tuning on in. This is going to be a shorter live stream. We're going to get through this quickly. I want to thank you all so much for tuning on in. Cookie Crush Chat is undefeated. Let's go.
FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. It's coming. FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's
that Papa Smurf shit ain't gonna get us nowhere. That Papa Smurf shit ain't gonna get us nowhere. You feel me? Hold on. Yeah.
It's coming.
Nah, I got this.
It's coming. It's coming. Oh, it's coming. FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. Thought his personality be twerking. It's twerking.
Hey, come on now. No.
All right. As fate would have it, as I was sitting here preparing to do a video on Umar Johnson, it just so happened that he releases a video on Instagram. And this video is a very, very special one, y'all, because now it is really all about him admitting finally that he is spiraling. He's spiraling. His finances are spiraling. His emotions are spiraling. This story and this wild web that he's been spinning for the past couple of months and years for this school is now spiraling, and everything is coming to a head. And so before we get and dive into what I have to say about it, I want to let you hear from the man himself. Let's get to it. And for those of you who have been watching Umar Johnson for a while now, you already know that I had to skip ahead for about 5 to 7 minutes worth of him thanking and shouting out every African that he could possibly think of. Every city that he could possibly think of that he's been pandering to over the last couple of years. I had to sit through minutes and minutes of this in order to get to his real point, which was that he's broke and he needs help. Let's listen.
Special announcement. FDMG Academy bank accounts are still frozen. FDMG Academy bank accounts are still frozen. Dr. Umar personal bank account is still frozen. Dr. Umar personal bank account is still frozen. Brothers and sisters, we are fighting this war against FDMG and Dr. Umar Ifatunde. We are fighting this war against FDMG and Dr. Umar Ifatunde. We were supposed to get a refund within 4 days of our accounts being shut down. We were supposed to get a refund within 4 days of our accounts being shut down. We still haven't got our refund. We still haven't got our refund. We still haven't got our refund. So, not only are the accounts frozen, make sure y'all hit Venmo, and my PayPal. PayPal.me/Umar the Psychologist. PayPal.me/Umar the Psychologist, or tap my Venmo. Text me for the links to donate to FDMG. Text me for the links to support Dr. Umar. 215-989-9858. 215-989-9858. On August the 5th, brothers and sisters, on August the 5th, the city of Wilmington, Delaware, took out a notice to auction off the Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey Academy campus for unpaid vacant property registration fees. I repeat, on August the 5th, the city of Wilmington, Delaware, took out a lien to auction off the campus we bought, the campus we've been working on for 6.5 years. I was not notified of this. We were not notified of this. This past weekend, without an email, this past weekend, without a letter in the mail, this past weekend, without a phone call, the city of Wilmington put a notice on the door handle of both of our schools, informing me that if we don't pay the past due vacant property registration fees and outstanding utilities by the 25th of Black August, they will sell our campus. Brothers and sisters, can I ask you a question? Why were we not notified that they were going to try to sell our campus? Brothers and sisters, why are they trying to sell our campus at the very moment that our accounts are frozen? Brothers and sisters, is it a coincidence? Is it a coincidence? Is it a coincidence that the city of Wilmington is trying to sell properties that we own and have been working on continuously behind our backs? They were going to sell our schools behind our backs. They didn't even tell us that they were going to try to sell our schools. We received no notice in the mail. We received no notice by email. We received no phone calls at all that they were going to try to sell our schools. Instead, they put a notice on the door handle. Somebody stole one set of notifications and sent it to the YouTubian struggle streamers. Somebody stole the Frederick Douglass High School paperwork off the front door and sent it to the struggle streamers. But luckily for us, Sister Ra Ebony was able to get the paperwork off the Marcus Garvey School before the haters stole that paperwork. I believe, brothers and sisters, and please let me know your opinion. I believe, brothers and sisters, and please let me know your opinion. I believe, brothers and sisters, and please let me know your opinion. I believe that they were going to sell the school, and they wanted to sell the school before we found out. I believe that they wanted to sell the school before we found out. We were not supposed to know that they were going to sell our school. Why do I say that? We were given no notification. We received no letter in the mail. We received no email. We received no phone call that they were going to try to sell our schools. Instead, they put a notice on the door. In a low-income neighborhood, they put a notice on the door with rubber band and masking tape. They put a notice on the school front door with a rubber band and masking tape. Brothers and sisters, it gets worse. Back in April, when I found out about the overdue vacant property registration fees, I had asked the city of Wilmington if they could retroactively apply our nonprofit waiver. According to the nonprofit waiver for the city of Wilmington, if you are a nonprofit organization, they will waive your vacant property registration fees for 4 years. If you are a nonprofit organization in the city of Wilmington, they will waive your nonprofit vacant property registration fees for 4 years. If they would have applied our nonprofit vacant property registration waiver, we would owe absolutely nothing. We would owe absolutely nothing. We would owe absolutely nothing. But I asked them, and they ignored my emails for 4 months. Brothers and sisters, I want y'all to get ready for a protest. I want all FDMG donors and supporters to get ready for a protest.
What?
We may have to march on City Hall, brothers and sisters. We may have to march on City Hall because of the racism. I'm going to call it what it is, racism. Discriminatory treatment. Why did we get no notification that y'all were going to sell our schools? Why did you not respond to any of our emails to retroactively apply our vacant property registration fee waiver?
All right. All right. I got to bring myself to the front of the class here, okay? Because I got to admit that I was wrong, brothers and sisters. I was wrong when I said in my last video that Umar Johnson had received and lost over $500,000. And I was wrong because, come to find out, what he's actually collected is more likely somewhere in the ballpark of $1.5 to $2 million. What he's actually collected is more likely somewhere in the ballpark of $1.5 to $2 million. I said what he's actually collected is more likely somewhere in the ballpark of $1.5 to $2 million. And so this sad display of arrogance and ignorance that you're watching now, these are just the death cries of an individual who has lost the plot. For all intents and purposes, Umar has lost the plot. And he is spiraling out of control. He's spiraling. And all you have to do really is just listen to this Negro talk. And I mean, really, really listen. He's still claiming that the accounts of the school are frozen. What bank is taking weeks and months to resolve a possible case of fraud? What bank is locking up all of your monetary assets because someone else tried to gain access to it? That's what he said. And that they just can't figure out who it is. And I'd be remiss here if I didn't also line up the timing of this mysterious frozen asset story with the discovery of the fact that the school that Umar has been promising was on the way for a damn decade is now reportedly close to being seized by the city for non-payment of its outstanding bills. And so I find it funny. I find it funny that now the bank is jerking him around and has no access, and he has no access to any money. After collecting hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars, y'all, Umar can't afford to pay the damn bills. Umar can't afford to pay the damn bills of the school. And because the bank is giving him the quote unquote runaround, he is now going to quote unquote activate the attorneys. And my question to y'all is, with what money? Huh? The man who doesn't have a dime to his name and is literally begging for donations and PayPal money from any mindless idiot that would believe this bullshit. We are now supposed to believe that the Negro that has his moms living off of the government and Section 8 housing and is allegedly receiving food stamps to get by. The man who has his mama living in a pigsty, dirty, stank-ass government-funded home. We are supposed to believe that that guy can somehow afford to have lawyers and attorneys on retainer?
You know that other people don't fucking know because you done been to his house, haven't you? Thank you. Okay,
I know everything.
What the house smell like?
Bad.
And he managed to not stank up in there.
The house smells. He's never at the house. I think he's in hotel rooms.
Yeah, because he's either going live from hotel or live outside of a brick like he was when he was dragging you.
Yeah. Yep. So the house had, like, the first thing that pissed me off was it had all these fly tapes everywhere because he does sacrifices. He doesn't dispose of things properly. He's just dead
flies just sticking to the tapes.
I took him down.
So back to the mother's condition. How long were you there helping the mother?
I was there. I did three visits with her. The one was for 7 days. I had to stay in the house for 7 days.
Oh my God.
I ain't been right. Yeah, I've been going through some stuff behind that. I just have not been. That was been a bad situation. But she doesn't leave the house. And then the family has been looking for her. He's been keeping her from the other family, much like what he said the baby mothers were doing with Anissa.
You think he's getting
doing that with the mother?
You think he's getting a check for? Think he's getting a check for his mother?
He's getting one. He gets food stamps for her. She's on public housing.
Umar.
But I'm a hood. Well, I'm not saying that makes anybody a hood rat, but why would you say that about me? We ain't nowhere. You winning online, but in real life, I'm killing you. And he knows it. I think that's why he needed me to shrink to be in that space. The stuff that he's contending with, I don't have them problems. I don't have Section 8 inspections and shit like that. I don't have to be out of the house because I can't be.
Dr. Umar Johnson his mother's on Section 8 and he's living under
in there, upstairs in the bedroom. Yep, spending y'all donor money to travel and to eat good. He wakes up on pristine sheets, and this woman is living in squalor.
You don't have 2 dimes. You don't have 2 nickels to rub together. But you somehow got lawyers and attorneys on standby, ready to go to war with the banks. All right. They say a fool is born every day. They say a fool is born every minute. But even so, it's just baffling to me how these people that continue to advocate and stand behind this clown can openly and willingly ignore all of the signs that his life is in shambles. And he's literally trying to live out a character that he has created in his own mind in real life. This man who preached to you all about the importance of black excellence and having fathers present in the home, who, come to find out, knocked up multiple black women and then abandoned his own lineage to go play pretend savior to the black community. What the fuck are we talking about here? Now, mind you, this is the same person who went on the Breakfast Club and blamed black men for creating single black moms. and said that we were leaving these mothers to fend for themselves. And then come to find out, he knows so much about this because he is that. He's the person he's been talking about all along. The same Negro that is using his voice and his platform not to reach out and help young black boys, but to prey on their single and desperate mothers so that he can run around the city and run around the country slinging dirty dick in whatever place he steps into. Same Negro that told y'all 9 years ago, back in 2016, that this, quote, state-of-the-art school was close to being done and completed. The very building that he is now on the verge of losing because he has thousands upon thousands of unpaid utilities and city taxes. This is the same guy who collected gifts, gift cards, millions in monetary donations, and has been running his mouth to any and every media outlet with an ounce of notoriety because he's, quote unquote, the most requested scholar. But yet he's now broke. Oh, and by the way, we still have yet to see any legitimate piece of documentation from anywhere other than his imagination, that is, on how he's a, quote, doctor or scholar of any kind. But I guess, if you just keep saying shit over and over again and over again and over again, and you say it loud enough that eventually people will believe it. They'll believe you even without the proof. But I'm willing to bet anything. I'm willing to bet my entire 401k, my savings, my investments, everything, that Dr. Umar Johnson got his degree from the same place Cheyenne Bryant got hers. They one and the same. But somehow, all of these morons continue to look past all of these red flags and infractions to continue to send him more money and donations. Boy, y'all's is fools. Dr. Umar loved to see y'all coming. From the very first moment we saw Umar Johnson step onto a platform, the only thing he has done consistently is run his mouth about how black people need to be more, they need to take care of one another, and we need to stop depending on the white man for our needs. We need to band together. And come to find out, the entire time, this is the same Negro that is depending on the white man and their sanctioned institutions to pay for his mom's room and board, while he begs y'all and begs his followers for donations for an emergency state-of-the-art school that's never coming. Nigga, if you don't go and get a job with your broke ass, Umar Johnson needs a J-O-B. So instead of sending some money to his PayPal or his Venmo, how about we band together to send that nigga some applications? Huh? That's a cause we can all get behind. Because I want to know. I want to know which one of y'all would send your kid to this nigga school. I want to know. Which one? Raise your hand. Drop a comment. Which one of y'all would send your boys to this nigga school? He done put out 80 videos in the last 2 months on his page. Go count how many of them videos feature him actually teaching a black boy anything.
Nobody can work with Umar too long. He's a liability. He's a liability. This nigga, ever since I met him, He's been in funk with people, and his bedside manner is the thing that I was telling you. Like, I have to tell him, Umar, don't talk to people like that. When people are calling in for them things about their kids, he's sucking his teeth, rolling his eyes. I don't want to hear this shit. He don't give a damn about them kids. He doesn't want to talk about the kids. He wants a picture of you. He want to see that ass, see if it's fat, and then he'll get engaged. Y'all are dealing with a predator, and y'all push this nigga to the front of the line.
He's preying on these mothers that don't have fathers to these kids who have disabilities.
He thought he didn't even take no time with me. He thought my son's dad wasn't involved. My son's dad is very involved.
Go to his page right now. All you're going to see is Umar standing with a bunch of black single moms and posing up for meet and greets and posting his meet and greet location so that he can make sure that his broke ass is in a position to collect y'all's money. Go ahead. Check his page out. All you're going to see is him posting them meet and greets so he can continue to pay for them rental cars that he doing his videos from. Y'all think it's a coincidence that he's never at home? You think it's a coincidence that he ain't never doing videos from his house? Huh? You ever wonder why in a world where there are reportedly over 1.79 black millionaires, why none of them will give any money to fund Umar's school? Have you ever thought about that? Close to 2 million black millionaires in this country. Why won't none of them give him no money? You think maybe they know something? Or y'all think they hating on him? Maybe they know that a nigga that claims he gonna be the school principal, the school's vice principal, the superintendent, the board of directors, the curriculum creator, the chairman, the vice chairman, the CEO, and the damn lunchroom lady. Maybe somebody that claims that they gonna wear all those hats and fill all of those roles themselves, maybe that person shouldn't be at the head of any school trying to lead a group of boys anywhere. Nigga, you gonna fill every position. No board of directors means Umar don't got to answer to nobody. He ain't got to answer to nobody about where the school's money is going. He ain't got to answer to nobody about where the money is going from tuition payments. He can literally do whatever he wants. You don't find it funny that not a single black millionaire has stepped up to champion his cause? Not one. And here your stupid ass go. Making $30K a year, barely surviving, talking about, I'm about to donate because Dr. Umar is a good man. Shut your stupid ass up. You donating all your little money to this clown. And after 10 years, you still sitting there on Instagram watching his lives about how the school just need windows or walls or floors or whatever the fuck it is for that week. You niggas is stupid. I'm sorry. There's really no other way to put this. And unfortunately, there is no other way to put it. Y'all just keep drinking the Kool-Aid. Coming back for more. Asking, is it done yet, boss? Is the school done yet? No, fool. You mean to tell me the most requested black scholar who's been on several media platforms and outlets, who's had the ear of several well-known black millionaires, that person can't secure enough donations from them people that got the money? You can't secure no donations from them to renovate your school? This guy has had lunch with people that could buy all of our lives several times over. And you mean to tell me you couldn't get one of them to donate a couple million to see this school and your dream and your ambition come to fruition? No. Nah. Instead, he out here begging everyday, regular, ordinary blacks that make $35K a year to do the legwork while he just sits back and fucks his way through the entire single mom black community.
But see, the signs be there. It be the women that block the shit. It's not the men. The men be standing on 10 like, don't mess with that dude. I don't know how the women are the damn problem. They push this dude to the front. It's college girls now trying to get on that page just for clout. They send pictures to his phone. You know, it's like, it's a very throw myself at a man type of situation.
So
And
it's like
all
he
he wants to do is use you.
criteria that he looks for in order to engage with a woman. Like if she has a child, she's a little bit vulnerable, maybe doesn't have a dad, I could come in and be a role model, and in return he gets some pussy.
He don't even want to. He's so bold with it. He don't even want to deal with the kid. He ain't never spoke to my son in my son's life. We did a whole event. He never said, "Hey, where the young prince at? Let me bring him, so I can see him."
See, Umar don't like when black people start to hold him accountable. He starts deferring and talking about what the white man doing and what white people doing. That's what he does. He sat up there, he called that woman out that he had been busting down for months. Said she had fish coochie. But meanwhile was behind the scenes breaking her off and begging her to take care of his mama and clean up that filthy ass house that he left her in. Yo, I wish I was making this stuff up. But not even in my wild imagination. And I'm pretty imaginative. Not even could I put some shit like this together. There's a reason Umar Johnson won't go back onto Roland Martin's show. And I ain't even a real big fan of Roland Martin these days, but it's a reason he won't go back. It's because he got caught out the last time he was there. He exposed him. It's talked about how he wasn't related to Frederick Douglass. And furthermore, that none of his PhDs could be verified. None of them. It's funny. Umar Johnson, he sat back, he laughed at his daughter for being a, quote, struggle streamer. He loves that term, struggle streamer. He says I'm one too. He says anybody, all of us are struggle streamers. But nigga, I got a job. You should find one. But he says we're all struggle streamers. And he clowned his daughter and anybody else that was trying to get a bag here on YouTube. But now here you sit, stewing in poverty, while your mother has to sit in a dirty house living off of Section 8 housing and food stamps. And don't get me wrong, I understand some people need help, especially the elderly. Some people get in situations where they need the government to step in, or they can use a leg up. No problem with that. But it is strange that Umar would allow the government to take care of his mother when he scoffed at the idea of getting a loan from the quote unquote white man's bank before.
You see, it's not always about money. It's about the people that you know. It's about a lot of different things. For $700,000, I feel like maybe we could have got a piece of land and just built from the ground up, and it could have been turned out cheaper. I don't know. We have to look into a lot of things, and this is a big undertaking that I feel like, you might need some help with it, brother. What do you think?
Well, a couple things. I want to deal with your assumption that I might need some help.
Okay.
Most of my friends are educators. Most of my elders are educators and psychologists. That is my field. So it's kind of interesting when someone who's an expert in something, and I'm not speaking to you, I'm speaking to the detractors who say I can help him with that. This is
No,
not
I think
your
they're talking about the real estate part of it. Not you're an educator, but not a real estate guy. You see
But
what
we
I'm
already
saying?
have the real estate, so that's not even an issue no more.
Right, but did we choose the right real estate? Did we
I
take the
certainly
money and
chose the
do
right real
and do
estate,
the
brother.
best
I just
fiduciary
told you. I
thing
just
with the
told you,
money?
brother. I just told you that the schools that we got was a $13 million project 9 years ago in excellent shape. We got a steal for that campus. It was a steal. It was the best thing I could have possibly got. I have no regrets.
Okay.
See, that's when we start feeding into the lies. That's why you got to come see the school, my brother.
Absolutely.
And to see it
I'd
for
love to see
yourself.
it.
Because you have people telling you that the school ain't in good shape. The school is in excellent shape, which is why we're getting offers for it now. It's in excellent shape, brother. The classrooms don't even have to be touched. We just have to fix the electrical system, the HVAC system, and the plumbing system. So I don't need help with the real estate. We were blessed with that campus. You understand? And as far as your brother's school, I support him.
That's
I'm
my
glad he's doing a
father-in-law.
good
My
job.
father-in-law.
I just looked at the website.
Mm-hmm.
Kudos to that brother.
Yes, sir.
What I'm doing ain't that. I want to be absolutely clear. The Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey RBG International Leadership Academy will be America's first school based off the principles of Pan-African nationalism and international economics. That's not what I'm doing, brother. I have a totally different concept from him. You understand? So if
The concept could be different, but the implementation of how
but I
it's
don't
put.
need his help implementing, brother, because I'm a certified school psychologist and a certified school principal who's experienced, who got a whole cadre of educators. So y'all keep making these things. He needs to talk. No, I don't. Y'all don't know who I got. I
But
got
then
everything.
why is somebody, you have all these credentials, then why is this man who we don't know was able to put his school
I don't
together
know
in a
his
few
story, and
months,
I've never been
and it's
to the
taking you
school.
6 years, brother?
6 years is nothing for a school. I can show you 10 charter schools where the money is coming from the state, and it took them almost a decade to get open, brother. You don't open up a school in a year or two. I don't know your brother's story, and I don't care to know it. I don't care to know it.
Why not, though? If it could be helpful to you, why wouldn't you care to know it if it could be helpful to you?
Brother, I have friends who own schools. Do you understand that? I have friends who own schools. So if I need to talk to someone who owns a school, I already got that. I got what I need. The only thing missing from my equation is enough funds to complete the task. That's it. That's it. The school is not open yet because I don't have enough funds to do it that way. I'm not going to no bank.
Maybe we
I'm not taking that loan now.
maybe we need fundraising, different
Brother,
fundraising methods. Maybe
Yes,
the people that we
if
go to.
we have that in place, but what I want you to understand, it takes time to build institutions. I ain't got no problem with where we are. I'm loving where we at. We got our plans done by the engineer. We got our electrician chosen. I'm meeting with my HVAC this weekend. I got my plumber on standby. Roofer did his job. Carpenter lined up. We doing what we need to do on the time frame we doing it in. I don't need no help outside of the team I got, which is filled with experts from the East Coast to the West Coast, brother.
Okay, brother. I mean, these are definitely the answers that people want to know. They want to.
I'm not interested in people. I'm interested in donors, brother.
He scoffed at the idea of getting that money so that he could open up the damn school with proper funding. So it makes no sense to me now. And he's allowing his mother to be taken care of by the government. He brags and he touts to his followers about how he's loved everywhere. And he rants and raves about how great all these other places are around the country that he's been to. Yet here he is, struggling to pay the bills of an institution that he's been trying to get off of the ground for 7+ years. And it makes zero sense to me. Because, nigga, instead of asking the black community and the black Americans, the broke niggas, for money, why don't you take your ass back over to Africa and ask them to send you some money for your school? You can march right back over to Ghana and tell them about how your accounts are frozen and have them hit the PayPal. Ladies and gentlemen, Umar Johnson is spiraling. And what you're watching now is a death march for his career. He's at the end of his rope. Everything that he's done in the dark is coming to light. The hens have come home to roost. And he's being exposed on every level. As a deviant, as a man who does not have control over his sexual prowess, over his appetite for women. There's a lot of people that believe he's on some type of drugs because of the way he acts. He's never at home. A lot of people believe that he's homeless. He don't even have a home. That's why he's always doing a video from his goddamn car or a rental or wherever he is, on the sidewalk somewhere, sitting on a bench. Everything's becoming so much evidently more clear now than it was before when we didn't have all this information. But you let a person talk long enough, they're going to reveal themselves. They're going to reveal their character because they can't hide it forever. That shit going to come out. And so what I think you need to do now, Umar, stop talking about this school. He talking about he want to organize a march. You aware you can't even do that? As an entity that is considered a nonprofit, you're not even allowed to go against any institution or law. You're not allowed to organize as a nonprofit and go against the lawmakers of the city. You can't do that. Why Umar don't know this? He sat up there and said that they should have given him a waiver for 4 years. Well, Negro, you've been trying to put the school together for 7. So even if you had the waiver, it would have expired 3 years ago. Look, I really don't know how much worse it can get for him. I think this is the bottom. It's obvious that Umar is an entertaining guy. But at some point, your character flaws will be revealed, especially when you're as arrogant as Umar is. He can't help himself. He can't help himself. I watched the entire interview with Tasha K, what she did with the woman that Umar was calling the fishy coochie. And that woman revealed so much about his character, so many things that we already knew. But we all know who Dr. Umar is at heart. Doctor. We all know who he is. We've seen it. I remember when he scoffed at donators for only sending him $250,000. He said he should have had $1 million. He said he should have had $2 million. He chastised y'all for only sending him $250,000. This is who y'all have empowered. You see what you have done? You see what y'all have done? Y'all did this. Y'all made this man what he is today. So you only have yourselves to thank. Anyway, drop a comment down below if you so choose to. It's going to be interesting to see what happens going forward and what other stories he comes up with as to why this school has still not come to fruition and why it's never coming. I can't wait to see the final chapter of this, to see how he goes out, because as you can see, he's setting this up so that he can really go out on a high note and say, listen, I fought y'all. I fought for our school, but the white man just snatched it away from. This is how he's curing his audience. This is how he's setting it up. He's laying it all out for y'all. So it's going to be interesting to read this last chapter of Umar Johnson. Anyway, I think I've talked enough. Y'all drop a comment down below. Let me know what y'all think about it. Holla at y'all later. Later, y'all.